Welcome to another exciting Premier League preview. First of all, we are going to have Manchester City versus Newcastle. Newcastle will be playing at home, but after that shambolic performance against Fulham, losing 3-1 against Fulham, which was a disappointing performance as far as I'm concerned personally. I expect Newcastle to win that game or at least get a draw. So, but how is Eddie Howe going to run this? How is he going to win a Manchester City that is still top of the table, that is still performing so far, and Erling Haaland is still there? That one is something that we need to watch for the week. So, Rodri is still out, still injured because of that injury he had in the Arsenal game, and I didn't see how Newcastle is going to come out in this game. So, the last week performance is an off for me. I would have given Newcastle something in this week, but I think for them to have that 3-1 loss against Fulham and coming into this game to play Manchester City, so I think Manchester City is going to beat them 3-1. Then we have Arsenal versus Leicester City. 4th place versus 15th position, which speaks a lot of the differences in this game. So Arsenal are now solid at the back. They have like the best defense in Europe as far as I'm concerned. The result they have been having so far speaks a lot for them. They have stacked a lot of results, so they have churned out results. And all Arsenal players are now hungry. They now want to win for Arteta. They now believe that they can win the league. So it's now a belief that in Arsenal that any game that they are going, they can get a good game. So for them to play Leicester City this week, I believe all the players will think that this is a game that they can win. So they now have that belief. So they were very unlucky in that Manchester City game for them to have a last-minute equalizer and make it 2-2. So they will want to win for Arteta this week. Leicester City, on the other hand, could not get a draw from a bottom of the table Everton. So which speaks a lot of their mentality so far. Odegaard is still out, but Rice is there. Partey is still there. So Mikel Arteta is still trying this Partey move. So I don't know how it's going to turn out for him. Arsenal at the Emirates will be too hard for Leicester City to handle. So I see a very good performance from Arsenal. I think Arsenal is going to win this game by 3-0. So Raya is going to have another clean sheet. Next is Brentford versus West Ham. So West Ham lost a game which I think it was not that fantastic for performance, but Chelsea were very good against West Ham last week. So let's not take that away from them. Brentford are in 12th position and West Ham are in 14th position. They have both not been performing so far. Last week they both have a shot at winning and they bought too late. So I don't see anything separating both of them in this game. On paper, Brentford is supposed to win. I think there's nothing that is going to separate this game. They are going to have a 2-all draw. Next is Chelsea versus Brighton. So I expect an entertaining game in this game. Enzo Maresca is now getting his status right. He's now making the players happy. Totally new first 11 in that midweek game, and they still won the game 5-0. I think Enzo Maresca headache is going to be high. He's going to keep the players happy. The likes of Neto, Felix coming from the bench, Nkuku is there coming from the bench to play in the Premier League if they are going to be happy going forward, because there are a lot of big players. So how he's going to make them happy is his headache, I think. Then going into this week, he has a lot of fresh players that he can choose from. Starting 11 fresh, so injury so far has been favoring him. The 5 win against Barrow is going to give them a moral boost into this game. It's going to give them a lot of energy, though they have been their performance away has been fantastic, and at Stamford Bridge in the EPL this season they could only get a one point. They lost against Manchester City. So I see them trying to make the Stamford Bridge fans happy. So I expect an entertaining game. I see a very good game. Then Brighton have not been beaten so far. I think Chelsea is going to run away with this game 3-1. Next I have here is Everton versus Crystal Palace, 19th position playing 16th position. So Everton once again, they had a lead and they bottled it. So something is really happening to Everton. They failed to maintain a lead. they are always scoring and they fail to maintain the lead, which means that something is happening to them tactically. Ten Hag need to do something drastic. I heard they are now having a new owner. They are considering a new owner, and Gareth South for replacement. So I think Ten Hag need to win this game to get his mojo back. So I don't see both of them. They have not been performing fantastic this season. They are both at the bottom of the table, so I don't see anything separating them in this game. I think we are going to have a 1-1 draw. Next I have is Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Forest are still one of the 4 teams that is unbeaten this season. So that Liverpool game is still a highlight for the season. They are going to go into this game thinking that they can get a good result from anybody. So it's still a moral booster for them. They are still having that fun of having to win Liverpool tactically. So they have not been beaten so far. We tell you how tactical they are. So Fulham, on the other hand, are in 9th position. It's not an easy feat. So for them to be in 9th position, it means Fulham are doing something right. So they have been getting some good results. That is why they are in 9th position. So Forest need to watch that. So it's not an easy feat for them. The likes of Smith Rowe and Iwobi has been fantastic for them. The Arsenal connection is there. So they have been doing a good job for Fulham so far, and for them to beat Newcastle, so it's not an easy feat. So it means Nottingham Forest and Fulham this week is going to be a very compact game. So I see them having a very good game. The result Forest have this season so far, I think Forest is going to nick this one 2-1. Next, we have Wolves versus Liverpool. Wolves are now in 20th position. I pity them this season for the reason that the early fixture has not favored them so far. If you see them, they have played like some of the top 6 in the EPL, so which is not favorable for them, which makes them to be languishing in that 20th position. And they are playing Liverpool again this week. So Liverpool have been fantastic so far. Aside from that Forest game, which I think they have dusted themselves up, I think this is an easy win for Liverpool. It's going to be a 3-1. So I think Liverpool is going to have a field day in the EPL this week. First game on Sunday is Ipswich versus Aston Villa. Ipswich are in 17th position, Villa are in 3rd. So this is a bad time for Ipswich because they are playing an Aston Villa, and they are one of the 3 teams that is expected to be relegated this season. So I see them trying to prove a point this week, because last week they have a big 1 point against Southampton. So another match for Unai Emery. Is performing so far, sitting in the 3rd, which speaks a lot of how good Unai Emery is. So Unai Emery is a tactical coach. He's up there with the best. Then Naoli Arteta don sabi Unai Emery tactics this season. It's only Arteta that won him, and tactically he won him, and they did a very good performance. So I'm very impressed with Villa so far, beating teams on their way, seeing games so far, churning out good results. So sitting 3rd in the table, pretty 3rd in the table. So I think Aston Villa is going to win this game 2-1. Second game of Sunday is United versus Tottenham. Tottenham are in 10th position. Manchester United are in the 11th position. After 5 games, both of them are still middle of the table. So EPL no be your mate. You have to perform very well for you to remain in EPL. So Manchester United are still maintaining that last season 0 goal difference. So midweek result they did not perform well in the midweek result. So the result was not impressive as far as I'm concerned. Manchester United need to start having the result. So that Barnsley game, it seems they go score all their goals, beating Barnsley 7-0. So after then they couldn't get a very good result so far. So I think both of them have not been convincing so far, even though they have their injury worries. So I think both of them will be happy with a 2-2 draw. Monday night game we have this week is AFC Bournemouth versus Southampton. AFC Bournemouth in 13th position, Southampton in 18th position. So the Saints have not had an impressive season so far. They are languishing in the 18th position, which I think is a bad position for them. I think they are the team I don't want them to go to relegation this season. So they need to do something fast. Antoine Semenyo and Dominic Solanke performance will dictate how this game is going to turn out. It's a must win for both of them because both of them need the result, but 2-1. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us. Tell us what you think about our analysis. Share your thoughts, share your opinion of the games you think. Then like and subscribe to our channels and follow us for more. See you next week.